It's the spirit of Australia. The spirit of Australia is at it again. In response to the ACCC's case against it for flogging thousands of cancelled flights to passengers, Qantas has unveiled its defence, and its defence claims, and this is the reason they use the word claims in the courts, the passengers were not actually buying a flight when they stumped up their $5,000 for a flight at a certain time at a certain date to go to a certain destination. Rather, they were buying a bundle of rights to a flight. Yes, a bundle of rights, not a ticket. You get to fly somewhere, probably at an added cost to change your flight at a time of Qantas's choosing. It's a bit like going to Bunnings and asking to buy a hammer, getting given a pitchfork, Jetstar, being advised to peruse a small print in terms of sales, which will advise you that you haven't actually purchased a hammer, but rather the rights to a bundle of hammers or just a bundle of rights that Bunnings may or may not deliver later on. Now, it's true that Qantas does not guarantee a passenger to fly at a certain time. There might be bad weather, the pilot might be on cocaine. But the consumer watchdog also alleges that more than 10,000 flights scheduled to depart between May and July last year, the Qantas did not notify existing ticket holders that their flights had been cancelled for up to 48 days. This is what they call a treasury scam. Hang on to the money in your treasury department. They take your money, hold it for as long as possible, chuck it on the money markets, make a profit out of it, and you spend days with customer service specialists trying to get your money back. The spirit of Australia has gone to Johnson Winter Slattery to get their legal advice, no doubt flanked with a KC or two, and all this nice tax-deductible JobKeeper and customer money is being put to work as a legitimate cost of defending the company's interest tax effectively. About good old Vanessa Hudson, Alan Joyce's successor. She was presiding over this thing. She must have been in the thick of it. She is the numbers woman. She's the numbers person. It's not just a treasury scam, though. It's a getting the runaround scam. We know it all. Have you ever tried to get a refund on an airline ticket? Unless you've been cryogenically frozen for the past 20 years, you will have some idea of what it's like to get the runaround. Your call is important to us. Please hold. When you ask for a refund from an airline, or an insurance company for that matter, the equation is simple. Airlines make 100% profit margin out of passengers who don't fly compared to, say, a 5% margin from those who do. So they don't want you to fly. They just want you to pay. Because if you don't fly, they pocket the fees and charges as well as the ticket price. That's your booking fee, your credit card fee, your $75 for exceeding your 7-kilo carry-on luggage, your wheelchair fee, your $30 fee to have your baby sit on your lap. Take Jetstar, for instance, and mind you, Virgin's in the similar league, but more customer-friendly. There's an enchanting little website called Don't Fly Jetstar. And high on the homepage, you will find stories such as, getting a refund out of Jetstar is harder than getting a pineapple up your butt. Does JQ30 ever take off on time? What about this one? Never try to change your booking. Never. The most important post, the most popular post rather, the unofficial Jetstar refund policy has racked up 80,000 reads, way above the average mainstream media story audience about the Qantas cocktail menu, for instance. This is a majestic tale of getting the runaround, and one of the comment posts says that 50% of Jetstar profits come from people who buy a ticket and don't fly. Now, I'm not saying 50% of passengers tear up their ticket. What we're saying here is that 50% of Jetstar profit is derived from passengers who buy a ticket and ultimately don't fly on that ticket. We can't verify this. This is, blog spot speculation. We've tried to do the sums. We can't find the requisite disclosures, but it does make sense. There'd be no point in calling Jetstar public relations, of course. They give you the runaround too, as public relations people do. It is their job. To be fair to Jetstar and other airlines, this is all a deliberate corporate strategy, probably promulgated by the big four, advisors, consultants. There'd be a team led by an executive, say, ED customer service or capital retention, presiding over your strategy and execution. They try to make it look like they're too busy, too disorganised, befuddled by process, but some actual human being has come up with the answer for everything. Can I speak with your manager? We got one for that. Can you provide a customer refund policy? Or we got one for that. We'll put you up the chain there. Hours and weeks of being stuffed around and you will just give up. So you won't even bother asking next time. Presto, 100% profit margin from the next exasperated customer. What about send a fax copy of your doctor's certificate by carrier pigeon accompanied by a certified copy of your doctor's birth certificate? It's all good stuff. Again, no doubt, customer policy determined by high charging consultants. In the end, you just give up, you go to Jetstar, you get the same treatment, you go to Virgin, you get similar treatment, although more friendly, and you just leave it and just go away. How to rip off your customer. The banks began doing it 20 years ago, working out how much they could get in fees out of the customers before they revolted. This is the point. You've got to drain them before they get entirely fed up and just go to a different bank or go to a different airline. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in these days. This is all orchestrated. It's predetermined policy. And the poor people on the other end of the phone, they must have a terrible time from customers, doesn't matter what sector it is in. This call is recorded for quality purposes and tracking.